Wilson Morales, Black Feminine TV. How are you, Stephen?
I'm doing really well, man. I'm doing really well. How are you?
Good. You start watching the show long enough, you start calling you by your character name. So we know there's going to be a season 6, but we're at season 5 right now. And from what I've seen so far, it seems that most of the characters are going through personal issues, which is within the first few episodes of what's going on. How would you best describe where we are with Holden?
I think with Holden in the beginning of season 5, we find him the most confident we've ever seen him in his ability to lead. He's been through a lot through these seasons past. I mean, he's seen civilizations rise and fall. He's witnessed genocides. He's been through all kinds of things. But through the messy process of becoming a leader, he has arrived with a lot of confidence in what he's able to do. However, the family that has been his rock guiding him here, that he's relied on, is splintered out into the system, and he is alone in many ways. He's without them. He's without Miller in totality this year. And he's really the only one left deeply concerned with what he knows is within those rings, the entities that killed a civilization far more advanced than ours. And he knows the danger of that. And he's constantly trying to get every side, every faction, because Holden is really the only person that every side speaks to, getting them to try and understand just how much danger we're all in using these gates. And then at once also getting back to his family while all this chaos is ensuing. I think he's deeply afraid that he won't be able to get back to them. So it's kind of those two mirroring storylines this season for Holden.
And for you as an actor, obviously, when you play the role over and over again, do you say to the producers, even though the show's based on books and it's going trajectory as far as what the fans know, do you question yourself? Okay, how am I growing as an actor with the character? The character will grow, and it's sort of like, but it's almost like a soap opera. Not that it is, but it's sort of like, what am I doing per scene, per episode, as far as where we're taking a Holden? Are we seeing his evolution, especially as you just mentioned, the family's being splintered and he's more on his own?
Sure. Yeah, I was a fan of the books before I knew it was being adapted. So I came in as a fan, and this whole cast and crew, all the writers and directors and whatnot, it's very collaborative. I mean, we have always kind of tracked a very long arc. So, the evolution of Holden was always pre-planned. Seeing this kind of idealistic young man turn into this leader that we need him to be by this point, and it's always earned every step of the way. It's a messy process for him to get there. It's not clean. He's not that guy from the beginning. He's got an ethical core, but he needs to kind of raise his competency up to match it. And we have always been on the same page in terms of the actors and the writers on the evolutionary journey that Holden is on. That there's nothing serialized about the Expanse. It's always moving forward, and we really do see that this year. It's a very different Holden than we saw in, say, the second or first season. He's much more secure in who he is, but it's because of those hard moments. I mean, I think back to when he blew up a ship full of doctors in season, I think it was season 1 or 2. And it was the right thing to do, but an awful decision to make. And suddenly, he's put in these positions over and over where, he knows it's the right thing, and he knows it's going to be something that will stay with him the rest of his life. And it kind of burns him into this very competent, empathetic leader who's strong through his humility. So that's kind of where we've always seen him going, and it's kind of where we arrive with him in this season as well.
Very quickly, yes or no, is it still fun 5 seasons in going into 6?
Yes.
Good to know, so good talking to you. Obviously, the fans are looking forward to seeing this. We'll talk down the road.
All right, man. All right. Thanks so much. Take care now.